Hey folks, so in this video I'm going to be reviewing a product I've had my eye on for a little while now. I've watched a couple other channels review this product, and for the price of the product they've given some pretty good reviews on it, and it's an item that I've had interest in for a while now, and that product is Stealth Cam Digital Night Vision Monocular. So night vision has been on my wish list for gear for quite a while now, but it's expensive. Anybody who's looked into it knows for military grade current generation gear you could spend $2,000, $3,000, even $4,000. So I've been trying to look at more affordable versions for very low budget entry into this, and I've seen a couple of channels do video reviews on this. And again, obviously for this item, this is not going to compare to a military grade night vision gear. It's not even close to being comparable, but it has a very entry-level price that's fairly affordable. Now, on Amazon, you can find this for like $100 or $139 or thereabouts. Shopping around, you can, if you're lucky, and if you really shop around, you can find it for $70 to $90. There's two types of these out there. There is one that is just the monocular, like this one, and then there's one that is a night vision monocular and camera, which can record to an SD card. That's actually the one I ordered, so this is actually not the product I ordered. So, but I figured since I had it in, I would go ahead and do a review on it anyway. And we're gonna open it up right now. It's gonna be dark here soon, so I'll do some testing of it then. Let me set this down here. All right, so this is the monocular. You've got your focus right here. You've got a zoom button here. I believe there's 3 different zoom settings. You've got an IR light setting here. There's a couple of settings on that, and you've got frames per second. I believe there's about 3 different frame per second settings. And right here you've got the battery compartment. It carries 4 AA batteries, and you've got the power button right here. So one thing to understand with this is not, again, it's not comparable to military grade night vision gear. This is digital night vision, so it's essentially, when you're looking through the eyepiece here, you're essentially looking at a small TV screen. I've already tried it out very briefly, but tonight I'm going to try it out again. I'm going to wait for it to get really dark. There's going to be a lunar eclipse tonight, actually. So I think this will be a good time to really try it out. So when it gets dark, I'll come back and we'll start testing it out, and then I'll come back afterwards and give you my thoughts on it. All right, folks, so I'm outside right now. It's after 9 o'clock. The moon's just now starting to come up. That's that very top light through the trees right there. So it's kind of dark out here. You still a little bit of light in the sky. So I wanted to give you an idea of what this night vision can do. Right now I'm standing probably about 50 yards away from the corner of my property. There's a stop sign out there. See if I can show you what it looks like right now. Okay, there we go. So that's the stop sign about 50 yards away from where I'm standing. And in case you're wondering, there's a lot of weeds along the edge of my property there that I got to cut down. That's the road in front of my house. Oh, sorry about that. So it's really hard to focus like this. But that gives you an idea of what it can do. That's a car across the street. I'm on a corner lot. I'm on the corner of an road intersection, so that's what you're seeing right there. That's a car across the street and the road through the trees. So you can see a good bit. And again, that stop sign lit up really brightly behind that telephone pole. That's the mailbox. Okay, that's a trash can at the edge of the road. And all of this stuff is about 50 to 60 yards away. And this is what it looks like without it. All right, I'm going to flip this around. That is what you see from the other side of the camera. So that red is the infrared light that the digital night vision uses. Now this has like a 3x zoom on it. And it has a 3x zoom, 3 frames per second settings, 5, 15, and 25 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. That's 15 frames per second. Actually, that's 30. Sorry about that, folks. This is not easy to do. This is why I wanted the one that you could use the actual hold on one second. This is why I wanted the one that I could use the, I accidentally turned the IR off. There we go. The IR has 2 different settings, low, high, and off, obviously. But it's hard to control this thing and hold up a camera to it at the same time. Which is why I was wanting the one that had the SD card feature to it. Because then you could have a better idea of what it's capable of. You get clear images. But they sent me the wrong one. But anyway, that gives you an idea of what it can do. I'm going to go back inside real quick so we can talk about my thoughts on it. Alright, so just to give you a quick recap, the features on the camera or on the monocular, you got the zoom, the infrared, frames per second settings, you've got the main power button here, and the battery compartment, and then you've got an adjustable focus here. This is digital night vision, not traditional generational night vision, so you don't have the tubes inside that will get damaged by bright light. So what are my thoughts on this? Okay, so I paid $85 for this. Again, they sent me the wrong one because I wanted the one, I ordered the one with the SD card feature to it where you could take photos and video, and that's not what I got. Also, just quickly before I forget, there's a little thread adapter there so that you can mount this on a tripod or something like that. If you can't afford night vision, if you can't afford the what I would call generational night vision, this might be an option for you. But it has its limitations. My estimation is I can't see beyond 60 yards or so. 50 to 60 yards is probably the max range. You have a very limited field of view because it's literally like looking down a small tube. It's very difficult to focus in a way because you've got the frames per second, you've got 3 settings on that can focus it, and then you've got this adjustable on the front. So there's a limit to how you can focus it. The IR again has 2 settings. The lower setting is it's not really that functional at all. It just makes it really dark. This has 3 zoom settings, and the main one I was using was the basic zoom, which is still a magnification over regular sight, because looking through this at an object, that object looks a lot closer through this than it does with the naked eye. And again, when you're looking through this, as you can see from the video, you're looking at like a mini TV screen is what you're really looking at. Also, there's that illumination from this IR light right here. So all in all, for $85, it's night vision. It's nothing spectacular, nothing highly impressive. It's night vision. I'm not sure I would trust anything like this in a tactical situation. And the only reason I'm looking at this is for a SHTF grid down a security tool to be a force multiplier. And by that I mean that I want something to give me a little bit of an edge over anybody that might be prowling around my property, or just to add to the security of my property here. This is definitely not something I would want to use in a combat situation if I had any other choice. I don't want to be in a combat situation, and if I did have to be in one using night vision, this would not be my first choice. This is definitely low end of the spectrum, very budget, entry level. I'm not real convinced that this is going to be that useful. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence about it, folks. I really am, because $85, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of preps that I could be buying that's being spent on this one item. How much use is it going to be to me? I really don't know. For scouting and just keeping an eye on the perimeter and everything like that of your property, trying to identify movement in the dark, yeah, it might work for that. Um, if you've got certain animals that are uh, predatory on your property that are attacking livestock, this might help you spot some of that. Um, Against another person or against any kind of individual that might be looking to steal from you or cause you harm or anything like that, this really isn't going to give you that much of an advantage because, like I said, you have a very limited field of view. This, as you can see, really lights up well. As well as you saw this on the camera, that's about the same as it looks like to your naked eye. So this lights up. You're not invisible when you're using this. Uh, if you're out there using this and there's somebody hiding in the bushes, they're going to see this light right here. So there's no stealth to this. I wouldn't use this as a security tool or to give me any kind of advantage against somebody trying to infiltrate my property for whatever reason. It might play a small purpose in trying to watch out for predators attacking your livestock. Um, so, all in all, no, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd recommend this. I really don't because, again, I'm just thinking about how much money I spent on this versus how many preps that money could have bought, and this will be used in a very, very limited way. Uh, for very limited effectiveness. And again, anybody that's watching you out in the bushes, they're going to see this. They're going to see this light up. You're going to have narrow field of view. You can't, it's going to be near impossible to try to aim a weapon while using this. So, other channels I've noticed gave really good reviews about this thing for its price point. They gave good views for its price point. I'm not sure I can agree with that. Again, that $85, there's so many other ways I could use that. And it just seems to me like a security camera system with night vision could be more of an asset to you in a grid down situation when you're talking about security than this. Now, granted, you might only get one camera for the same amount as this. A 4-camera security system that you install yourself is going to cost you a couple $100. So you're still a long way from that. But yeah, I'm just not convinced that this was worth the money. Now, I do have the option to return this, particularly since what I ordered off the page is not what I received. And for those that are curious, I actually ordered this off of eBay new. This was being sold new. You can get them new on Amazon for $130, $139. I paid $85 for this one on eBay new. Excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. You can actually find a used one if you're willing to take a chance on a used one. You can find a used one for about $60, $60 to $70. But no, I can't in good conscience recommend this as a security tool. I would not recommend using this thinking that it's going to give you a good tactical advantage. Again, it has just a very limited role that it could play. This is not something you're going to hold up and aim a rifle with at the same time. If you're wanting something of that nature, you need to look more at a night vision scope that you can mount to a rifle, or a helmet or headset mounted goggle rather than a handheld monocular. So this will work against predatory animals. I would not be right, or I would not be comfortable recommending you use this against people that might be predatory. So there you go, folks. The stealth cam night vision. No, I wouldn't recommend it, folks. Not for the price that they charge. So I'm kind of disappointed in that, because I was hoping for a little bit better. I know you're not going to get top quality for the price I paid for this. I understand that. But I was hoping it would be a little bit better than what I thought, simply because of the reviews that I'd seen on it. And again, some of the reviews that talked the best about it, they didn't give you a shot of what it looked like through the looking through this thing like I did. And I know, I apologize for how hard it was to keep the camera lined up, but it's difficult holding it up like this and holding your camera and trying to keep the camera lined up with the screen inside. That's not easy to do. So I apologize about that, but at least it gave you an idea of what it looks like. And if you see these on sale, unless you've just got money to blow and you want to play around with it, to watch out for, again, animals raiding your chicken coop or something like that, yeah, it's not worth the money, folks. Don't do it. In fact, I'm probably going to package this back up and request a refund on it myself. All right, so that's all I've got. This is something that's been on my wish list for a long time. I'm disappointed in this particular one, but I have seen reviews of others. I'm probably going to return this one, and I'm going to look at something else a little bit different later on down the road. It might take me a while before I get to it. If and when I do, be sure, just know that I will be making a video review of that, because any products I review or try out for myself, I want to let you guys know what it's like. All right, so anyway, again, that's all I've got. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, folks, take care, keep prepping, and I'll catch you later.